Alright, what is up, what is up, what is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy on Sports here joining you. And even though we know that the real thing has now come to its conclusion, my little weekend getaway was not well timed to be simming the rest of the series before it happened. So it stinks that we're not in it, but we were kind of playing with house money at this point anyway, if we're being honest. And the $300 million team beat the $100 million team. But everything could change here in the sim, which is why we do them, because they're fun and entertaining. So Quan will lead off here. Garrett Cole, this is game 2, so this is Bybee and Garrett Cole, round 1. Stephen Quan will slap this one to Volpe at short, and he'll throw him out to start game number 2. Again, we've been simming our way through the Guardian series and have not been recreating reality. So, again, they beat Detroit in less games than they did in real life, and then they won game 1, which did not happen. So we will play this out to its conclusion, and if the Guardians get all the way to the World Series, it'll be extra sad, but also sort of fun for the sim world. Have our Buckeyes and Nebraska sim later this week, and of course, Browns and Ravens, and it'll be a new quarterback for those sims with the injury to Deshaun Watson. All right, Ramirez now, as Cole's quickly through the first 2 batters of the game. Mason, we absolutely needed to. They had some clutch hits. We had several, but not enough. Oh, I forgot about that awesome sound, the 2-strike sound. Here's Garrett Cole against Jose Ramirez, who, I'll say this, Jose he was okay. He was certainly better than, like, Naylor was. He wasn't elite. I would say Soto and Judge and Stanton were more elite than Jose Ramirez. What, Lane Thomas and Josh Naylor, or those are 3 elite hitters? Stephen Kwan in a different way. You got a lot out of Brian Rocchio. Even Bo Naylor had a big game in 5. So, yeah, that is what it is. Future is bright. Baseball is stacked towards those teams, and they have chosen to not do anything about it. So the $300 million roster beat the $100 million roster, and that's really all there is to it. Our margin for error was much, much smaller. And we only had a couple too many mistakes in games 1 and 2 in real life. And then, for whatever reason, the best closer in baseball just kind of choked it away. Choked it away a couple too many times. So, that is what it is. I'm at peace with it. Hope so. I hope he is. We'll see. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on a first-year player if he's even in the bigs to start. Tanner Bybee on the bump for the Guardians. He is quickly up on Gleyber Torres 0-2 to start. Torres hitting .292 in this series, and he'll strike him out on 3 pitches. Okay, well, there you go. Bybee was not great in this game in real life. If you remember, they had to go to the pen really early. He made it an inning and a 3rd. And here's Juan Soto, who... He, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton, just any pitch can be a home run. Like, it is nuts how good these guys are. And again, talking about Soto, maybe a $600 to $700 million contract. And we'll see if the Yankees are able to keep him or if somebody else pays the big bucks instead. You know, Aaron Judge after back-to-back Ks for Tanner Bybee. Another strike. Yeah, Mason. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily the team that I want to be on, but will there be more people traded? Yes. Will it be Myles Garrett and David Njoku and Denzel Ward? Probably not. I think they'll try to be frugal and maybe try to rebuild midstream. Quickly 1-2-3 for Bybee. but I cannot see them just getting rid of everybody. But we'll see. I definitely think like a Zadarius Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson, Juan Thornhill, maybe a Joel Bitonio, a Jed Wills, a Greg Newsome. Those kinds of guys potentially going by the wayside. Josh Naylor up at the plate. The hefty lefty, the Canadian. Naylor brothers are Canadian. But welcome in, Mason. Good to have you on. I'm going to find the zone from Garrett Cole. So it was a fun series. I mean, the Guardians-Yankees game. Oh, Naylor, where was this? He'll rip one to the short porch in right field. That was a second decker. That thing got out of here in a hurry. How about 408 feet, and that's his first home run this postseason, and we never had that from Josh. And frankly, we really needed it. He just gripped it and ripped it. That thing was out of here in a big, big hurry. 1-0. Guardians take the lead.
0-1.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of like photoshopping of Shadur Sanders in Browns gear going around the internet, and I just haven't watched enough Colorado football to know if Shadur Sanders is any good or if he's just Deion's kid.
1 ball,
and
2 strikes.
B, did I say why? The second thing is that I don't know if Deion lets his kid come to Cleveland. If he says, oh, nope, we're not going to Cleveland, sorry. But yeah, sort of feels funny in typical Browns fashion. They have a inside track to the #1 overall pick, and there's not like a surefire stud in this draft. There's not a Myles Garrett. There's not a Jalen Carter. There's not a Derek Stingley Jr. or a Marvin Harrison Jr. or a Malik Neighbors. Like there's not like the offensive tackle class isn't awesome. There's no defensive game-changing players. The wide receivers, the best 2 in the country, are both true freshmen. So I think it's going to be a fairly deep draft. Like I think you're going to be able to get a lot of good players, but I don't think that there's like a can't-miss superstar up at the top. So I think I'm with you, Mason. I think if we get 1 or 2 this year, I mean, but you got to find somebody who's willing to trade with you is the problem. Yeah, that was going to be a pass ball, and now quickly getting to second base as Garrett Cole will throw an error. E1 there, and that puts Andres Jimenez into second. And now an almost, another pass ball. Nice job by Wells to get on that curveball. So yeah, again, the names that you're saying, Mason, are the guys that I think are safe for now. It's that next tier down of guys who are all fair game would be my guess. My guess is they're not going to tear the entire thing down to the studs. That they're going to try to, but it also is who's going to be doing the rebuild. Do Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski get a chance to rebuild on the fly, or is it a new regime? But yeah, the wheels have come off. You think someone will want Sanders? Yeah, maybe. Can you do a Chicago Bears thing where you have the first pick, you trade it to somebody, and you get? I mean, they got a good player at 8, and whatever that year and then they had the #1 pick the next year from Carolina, which turned into Caleb Williams, of course. But then they also had Rome Odunze at like 10 or something. So that's kind of the dream, right? At this point.
Helpful.
Yeah, maybe you have to throw in, hey, we'll give you #1 and we'll give you #1 and Grant Delpit for your 2026 first round pick as Cole gets out of the jam. The big fly from Naylor right there has broken the tie. We got 1-1 here. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy on Sports is the channel. catching prospect. Austin Wells, a rookie, he's played very well this season. Still think it's funny that they have him bat fourth to break up the big guys. But then they went away from that, actually. They put them back to back to back. Here's Stanton. He is a unit, as the kids would say.
Ball, that's off the plate.
5-time All-Star. And he'll rip this one. He'll rip it right to Jimenez. 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the second. Jazz Chisholm, an outfielder. They turned into a third baseman, because why not? Chisholm actually had a pretty not great ALCS. They didn't need him to. They really like him in the locker room. I like Jazz Chisholm a lot when I run my own Guardians franchise, Sims, or not Sims, just franchises on my own for fun. I often end up trading for Chisholm as a impact corner outfielder. But he'll ground out to first base there. 9-1-2. Time to see Brian Rocchio, sort of a postseason darling here. Played very well here in the playoffs for the Gardos. Rocchio, says the in-arena announcer.
Nope. Counts 1-0.
If he can hit like he did in this playoffs next year, he's going to make your decision for what to do in the infield very interesting once Bazana is up. Volpe on the run, and he throws him out. Nice play by Volpe. Now back to the top, Stephen Kwan, who grounded out in the first. Even Kwan kind of came down to life. What, he hit 571 against the Tigers, and he was definitely not quite as elite against the Yankees. Again, it's just everything. You had to use your bullpen a ton. Your starters couldn't get any innings. Your bats were extremely cold with runners in scoring position. You could slap base hits when nobody was on. It would be great. But as soon as you got runners in scoring position, I think they were like 3 for 36 or something. I mean, just an insanely terrible number. And then Class A just kind of failed at his job.
Outside, that's a ball.
And again, I think I would guess the players like that from the coach. Like, Vogt just kept going. I'm like, listen, dude, you're the best in the game. Go be the best. And he wasn't. So a lot of things didn't go their way. They also were sloppy. Of course, Cantillo with 4 wild pitches in that inning. And let's strike him out again. 4 wild pitches in that 1 inning, which I think also came to because of how early Bybee had to get pulled. Maybe which game going, I don't even remember now. Game 2, I think, was the multiple errors, right? Rocchio dropped the ball. Just different things. And you got to be, when you're playing a team this skilled, you have to really be, you cannot beat yourselves. And definitely at least 2 of those games, the Guardians beat themselves. 3 if you count, 4 if you count Class A's mishaps. Deep one to Lane Thomas right in front of the memorial area. Rizzo into the game for the first time. And he'll look at a fastball from Bybee. Tanner kicks and fires. Strike number 2. That was a big swing from Rizzo. Couldn't catch up to it. And struck him out on 3 pitches. So Tanner Bybee is dealing. We needed this.
Nope, that's a ball.
Alex Verdugo.
Nope, outside.
That one's going to be outside. Starts 2-0 to Verdugo. One-time ballyhooed Los Angeles Dodger prospect. He'll swing at strike number 1. Got traded in the Mookie Betts deal, I believe, to the Red Sox, and then came over here to the Yankees. Been a calming force in the left field spot for them. Decent number 9 hitter. You can see he's hitting 500 here in this series. so far, but he'll swing at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball as Bybee gives him a little bit of the high cheddar. 1-0 Guardians lead. It was a solo shot from Naylor, and he'll bat in this inning. 3, 4, and 5 coming up against Garrett Cole. He puts ball 1 low.
Count 1-0.
Cole and foul back.
That's ball 2. Ball 3.
Just a little high, wouldn't get him to swing at it. Ball 3 now. Does Hosey have the green light? He does, and he misses. Probably swung at ball 4 there. And walked him. So, got a runner on, nobody out. Josh Naylor up to the plate. His solo shot in inning number 2 is the reason we are sitting here at 1-0.
Ball.
And Cole down in the corner. Yeah, breaking ball misses. A knuckle curve kind of slipped out of his hand, maybe.
Well.
Oh, so low. 3-1. So Cole has kind of lost the strike zone here in the last couple batters. That one's down the middle, and Naylor's late on it for a foul off, and now it's 3-2. We'll see if Hosey runs. Nobody out, but Hosey likes to be aggressive on the base paths. Ooh, that knuckle curve missed apparently on the outside, and now 2 straight walks for Garrett Cole, and now Lane Thomas with a chance. The noted Tiger Killer did not have that great of a series against the Yankees. Thomas a swing and a miss, 0-2. And struck him out on 3 pitches. Thomas never got the bat off of the shoulder, and now Andres Jimenez will come in with the runners on first and second. Again, here's another runners in scoring position situation. Let's see if the Guardians can take advantage, at least better advantage than they did in real life. That one's going to be inside, another ball. Fans don't like that one, but it looked like a ball to me. That one's a strike. That curveball with a little movement kind of snaps back into the zone. It's a tough pitch for Garrett Cole. Jimenez swings, and he'll fly one to the right field side. Soto's going to be there easily, 2 down. And he'll throw it in quickly. No tag from Hosey. Will Brennan into the game. Right on down Broadway. Strike 1. Yeah, this one's going to be popped a million miles into the air. And they'll get out of it. Runners at first and second with nobody out, and Garrett Cole gets out of it. They stay down 1-0 here. As we head to the middle of the 4th inning, Bybee back on the bump for the Gardos. I do appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy on Sports is the channel. Thanks to all 1,130 of our subscribers. You guys are the best. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd very much appreciate that. Also, make sure you like the video as well. Again, I know that the sim isn't quite as fun now that we know the outcome of the series, but I do want to finish it, so we'll finish it, even if it means that they get all the way to the World Series, which would be a little bit sad. But we'll see what happens here. This is just game number 2. Guardians did win game 1, and we are, again, not recreating reality. 33 is pretty good WAR above replacement, or win above replacement, excuse me, for his career, Juan Soto. Yeah, Soto gone to the right field side. And we are all fair and square. He jacked that one 386 feet to only 99 miles an hour. He didn't need much. And that was a little curveball, and he sat on it beautifully. And Bob's your uncle. Number 22 put it into the right field seats. So it looks pretty good off the bat. Good exit angle, and he still went upper deck with it. Okay, 1-1. Now Judge into the game.
Ball, that's out.
Might be pitch number 37. Now a 1-1 game. Aaron Judge 0 for 1 in the game.
2-0.
Now he's looking at a hitter's count here. And foul back. Again, in the middle of our Guardians playoff sim. Only place on YouTube that you can find simulated sporting events with live original commentary as well as interaction with you, the faithful fans, via the chat. So I do appreciate you joining us here today. Rip to the right side. It's a base hit. Naylor stuck the glove out there, but it would not go. And a 1-out single for Aaron Judge. And Wells into the game. Fouled, and it's going to be off behind the netting into the bleachers.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 game, 1-1 count. Bottom of the 4th.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The man said 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got the ump mic'd up today. Very loud there.
Ball, that's outside.
Ball, that's outside, he says. Very mic'd up there, I guess. Struck him out, number 5. Sit down, Mr. Wells. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. Hello to you as well. Here's Stanton in a 1-1 game, recently tied by Juan Soto.
Two balls.
Marlins, was that? See how the Marlins, the Florida Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton? Ripped deep left field to the track and gone. Stanton's got that power too. That thing went 416 and got out of here in a hurry as Bybee gives up now back-to-back innings of solo shots. And sadly, we know what this feels like. That thing was a line drive into the bullpen. That thing got out of here in a hurry, and now it's 3-1 with the runner on base.
0-1.
All the runs coming courtesy of the big fly. Here comes Chisholm. Ripped right over the head of Bybee and into center field. Thomas will scoop and throw it to the second baseman. Yep, Watson, yep, they did confirm. I mean, again, that's pretty... When they watch the video replay and you see that calf quiver, that's literally the Achilles snaps and it kind of rolls up like a lampshade, or like a oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a, you pull down the shades in front of your windows. It kind of rolls up like a shade. That's what happens to the Achilles when it snaps there. So that calf quiver, especially on a non-contact, he was just planting and it went. So I knew it was his Achilles right away and that is a season ender. Some are speculating that it could be career ending. I'm not sure I'm ready to jump on that ship just yet. That may just more be wishful thinking for people who don't want him to have to be our quarterback anymore. But as we've talked about before, he's going to financially be a part of this team at least for the next 2 years. Whether or not they pay him to stay home or he's the backup or whatever. 3-1 count here to Volpe. Swings and a base hit. We've got back-to-back. Will it get through? Nope. Thomas cuts it off nicely to hold the runner to second. No, he did go to third. Oh, my. Hustle there. I guess that's Jazz. He's fast. Chisholm all the way to third, and now with 2 outs, Bybee in a little bit of a jam here. Tanner Bybee.
Ball inside.
And now the ball is inside. The ump is very loud in my headphones today. I don't know if he's very loud on the sim audio or not, but he is, he's pretty loud. And right down the middle that time. Foreshadowing a home run. Thanks, man. 295 career home runs for Rizzo.
That's a ball.
And that's a ball high. 2-1. And once again, a hitter's count. Bybee played very well through a couple innings. Now he struggled here in the fourth, and that one's going to be ripped. Giving up a couple of runs here. He's got to try to minimize the damage now. Swing and nabbed by Naylor, and he'll step on the bag, and Bybee does get out of it. But 3 come in, 3-1. Yankees take the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Now here's Bo Naylor. Finally got some bingos here at the end of the series. Otherwise, he struggled offensively in a mighty way the majority of the playoffs. He'll swing and foul one back very late on that one. Knuckle curve. Doesn't miss by much.
Ball 1. Nope. That's inside.
Inside again. And swing, but fouled back. So good battle here. 75 pitches for Garrett Cole already. Have to assume we'll see that bullpen soon, which the bullpen played extremely well for the Yankees. That was another thing that we didn't expect necessarily to see, like the Clase struggles or the Indians. The Indians, I did it again. They're the Guardians' errors or lack of hitting with runners in scoring position. Add in that the subpar Yankee bullpen played extremely well in this series.
Balls, 1 strike. Aye.
Rocchio now looking 2-2. And he'll get a full count coming with Kwan on deck. Rocchio. Check swing, he's out. It was a strike anyway. Back to Kwan 0-2. He struck out twice, which feels very un-Kwan-like. And he'll rip one, but he's in front of it. It'll be big foul. It will be big foul.
Ball. I got a ball, 1 strike.
Ripped. Left field. Kwan. And caught on the warning track by Verdugo. Oof. Unlucky. 9-1-2 coming up for the Bronx Bombers. They maintain a 3-1 lead. And Bybee's going to come back out there. He's only pitched 61 pitches. And he is back out there right now.
Nope, that's inside.
Tanner Bybee.
Aye.
Good pitch there, 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gleyber Torres up after he lines out. Verdugo meaning. Torres a little flipper to the right side, and he'll go to Will Brennan playing right field here today. Now Juan Soto, who had a solo home run that got the scoring started in that 4th inning, where they ultimately ended up with 3 runs, all credited to Tanner Bybee. And Soto looks at a fastball high. And a second fastball high.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss at the changeup.
1 strike.
And he'll brush him off the plate. Aaron Judge on deck. Uh-oh, Soto, bye-bye. Second solo shot in this many innings. And that thing was just stung. 110 off the bat. It's just not fair. That thing is ripped, and it is a line drive home run to right center, 410 feet, and unfortunately, this thing is starting to play out like it did in real life now. Bivey's still in there. 2 outs. Base is empty for Aaron Judge. Bivey pitched number 73, but even if he could have made it this far in real life, they would have appreciated it. Saving that bullpen. Ripped and ripped foul.
Nope. Outside.
Ooh, curveball. No love from Blue.
Ball.
Swung on and foul back. Tapped it back. Yankees with a 4-1 lead. 2 home runs by Soto and 1 for Stanton. Full count coming up. 2 on. Or sorry, 2 out. Nobody on. And he'll walk him. He will walk Aaron Judge, and here it comes. Austin Wells. Austin Wells, the catcher. He'll rip one way up in the air. Jimenez will make the squeeze. And the inning is over. All right, I left my water upstairs. I'll be right back on the other side of the inning. Yankees 4, Guardians 1. Be right back.
Leading off for Cleveland, the designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo.
Nope. Aye. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
All right, we're back. Just to see Manzardo take the 2-2 pitch. Had to run upstairs and grab a water bottle. Sorry about that delay. Swung at strike number 3, but it's in the dirt, so they will strike out, force out, put him out. All right, Jose Ramirez. Back in, he's 0 for 1 here. Cole now all of a sudden has all kinds of what feels like security, doesn't it? Here in this one. Hosey ripped but foul. One and 2 count.
Ball. Down.
Ball, he says.
3 and 2.
And now Hosey actually walks. So how about that? Good at bat for Hosey to build his way back. And now Naylor, who has the lone run for the Guardians on a solo shot all the way back at inning number 2. And it's coming is Hosey. Stole second base in the Hosey helmet counter from Zach Mazel. If you follow him on the Twitter machine, pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny that he does that. And missed it there. Strike number 2 now, 3-2 count. Hosey's on second, probably will not steal. And foul back, stays 3-2. 105 pitches. This has got to be getting close for Garrett Cole here. Ripped, and ripped right to the shortstop, and they'll throw him out easily. 2 down.
The center fielder, number 8,
Lane Thomas. Can he get Hosey in? Runners in scoring positions. They have struggled in this scenario so far. Oh, the sound is atrocious. And struck him out. They'll strand Hosey at second. We've played 6 for the Guardians. Coming up here at the bottom of the 6. And it's time to go to the pen, and it's going to be Andrew Walters. Another rookie here for the Guardians. Just got called up at the very end. Spent most of his year being Columbus's dominant bullpen arm.
0-1.
Stanton with a 2-run shot in that 4th.
That's a ball.
Soto has 2 solo shots. Those all 4 runs. Courtesy of the long ball. Here comes Walters. Swing and a miss at that slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Had Stanton fooled that time. Walters looks, kicks, fires inside. 3-2. Stanton swings, and he'll flick it over towards Josh Naylor, who steps on the bag himself. Now Jazz Chisholm into the game. He's 1 for 2 with a single back in that same 4th inning that netted them their first 3 runs of the game. Strike number 2. He's quickly 0-2 on Chisholm. Foul it back and just out of play. Walters got him to fire it right side. Back goes Brennan, but right on the track, or at the track rather, he makes the catch in front of that giant Nike swoosh.
Hey. 0-1's the count. Ball 1. 1-0. Ball 2.
And ripped, but foul. 2-2. Walters, so far so good for the young pitcher. That's the other thing about it for the Guardians. I mean, so many of their players were rookies, especially like their whole bullpen, with the exception of Clase. Like, those guys were rookies.
Count is 3-2.
So much baseball they played this year. And Smith was great. Gaddis, of course, gave up one of the ones in the last game, but Heron, like, those guys are all rookies. It's insane. It's insane. 4-1. And now bullpen time. Tim Meza coming in. Meza will come in as a lefty to see if any changes happen. Not Jimenez. Not going to take out the platinum glove second baseman. And Meza will induce a strike on the first pitch. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Jimenez 1 for 2 today. He'll swing and he's quickly down 0-2. Jimenez, another one of those players. I mean, he's a year removed from his All-Star season. I get that, but he has become kind of he sort of regressed back to a nothing hitter. Elite defender, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't get rid of him, but he was a very, very good hitter, and that's why he was quickly elevated to All-Star just a year ago. Or I guess 2 years ago now. This one's going to go up the middle. Brennan, and it's just a slow dribbler, just enough to get through. And try as he might, Gleyber Torres could not scoop it up. So Naylor, another lefty-lefty matchup. I think in real life here, he probably pinch hits Hedgie, but maybe not. Maybe not. Ripped, but ripped foul. You see Sandy Alomar bending down, trying to barehand that ball like a catcher. Speaking of catchers, here's Bo Naylor. He'll look at a 1-2 count coming up here from Tim Meza. Swung on and struck him out. Still have a run on first. Rocchio will flip over and bat from the right.
Ball, that's out.
And that one missed from Meza. Rocchio. Top of the 7 here. Guardians trying to get people going on to the base paths. Rocchio, can this one get down? Nope, that's going to go right to Judge, and the Indians have 6 outs left. Stretch time here in the Bronx. 4-1 Guardians. Phil Nagy on sports, and it's Tim Herron time for the Tribe of Guardians. I almost said it again. The Tribe of Guardians. Tim Herron, he's been very good this season, of course. He'll face Anthony Rizzo here. Lefty-lefty matchup. Favors Herron. And Rizzo will foul one back to start the at bat. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy on sports. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. Again, I know it's not quite as fun now that we know that the Guardians are out of it, but we will take this Guardians sim to its conclusion.
One ball,
and
2 strikes. Ball 2.
And see what happens. Looks like right now they are ready,
3-2.
excuse me, to have this thing be tied up 1-1 unless they can get something going here. Tim Herron, full count to Rizzo, fouled it back. And fouled it back again, making Herron work for it. Swing and a miss, and he finally struck him out. Good pitch from Herron there. And ripped it high. Here's Verdugo at the bottom of the lineup.
1-1. Two balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count.
Count full.
Ripped, and it looked like it was going to be fielded by the second base umpire, but it is going to be a base hit. And Verdugo is on.
Ball, that's out.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Gleyber Torres. Ripped again right up the middle, a seeing eye shot.
Now back, right fielder.
And that'll be it. Cade Smith's turn from the pen.
Now number 36.
Cade Smith, and it's a hat trick for Soto. This one doesn't count for 1 anymore, though. This one counts for 3. 3 home runs today for Soto. This one was the longest. This one was the farthest. And we don't need to see it again. We've seen his highlights too many times as it is.
Inside, ball one.
7-1 now. Looks like the Yankees are going to roll away with this one here. So Cade Smith, welcome to the ball game. Juan Soto, 3-run shot. His 3 home runs today for Soto, who has just been crazy good.
The catcher, number 28.
Cade Smith staying in the game.
Ball one. Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah.
And that one's going to be low 2-2 or for a strike there at the bottom. 2-2. And they're out of the 7th, but the damage was done. Juan Soto, for the 3rd time today, ripped one. That one went 433 feet this time, and he has 3 home runs. And now Tim Hill, another lefty coming out of the bullpen.
Number 54.
Stephen Kwan will lead off, so another lefty-lefty matchup. Kwan will rip this one, but it's foul as well, I'm afraid. And he struck him out. Kwan, just not a great performance today. 0 for 3 with some strikeouts for Stephen Kwan. Manzardo now. Surprised they're not pinch hitting here. But whatever, I guess a 7-1. Give him some lefty work. Flies out.
Up next for Cleveland, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Ball one, no strike.
Ramirez will flip over and bat from the other side. And ripped it. Big gap on that side goes Oppo. That'll be a double that bounces off the Boys and Girls of America Club sign. Double for Jose Ramirez. Be nice to get his bat going. But yeah, otherwise, nice hit there for Jose going the opposite field.
Ball, that pitch is out.
And now Josh Naylor again, still the only run of the day for the Guardians. His solo shot in the 2nd inning feels like it was a long time ago, fam. And now he'll rip it over the head of Soto. Just kidding, he'll make the catch. Soto's been everywhere today. 3 home runs and a big out there, which saves at least a run. And now Eli Morgan will get a turn out of the bullpen. Stanton, and he has a home run as well.
The designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
And he'll dribble it. Hosey's going to have to throw it across the diamond. Got it! Stanton not very fast.
The third baseman, number
That helps
15,
for sure.
Junior.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. And this one will be fouled back.
Going to.
And another foul there. 0-2. As Morgan's making him work. Eli Morgan. And that one's very much a ball. Not going to induce the swing on that one.
2-2 to count.
Let's go, Yankees. Let's go. Way up in the air. And Rocchio will be the one to come over and snag a lag. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Guardians left down to their last 3 outs here, mercifully. Ripped it, but ripped it right to Naylor, and we will head to the top of the 9th. And Ian Hamilton will come in to pitch that 9th. Lane Thomas will start here, number 5 hitter. 0 for 3 today, Lane Thomas. Again, do appreciate everybody being on. This one very quickly will be ending. Guardians just ran into a buzzsaw. The home run bat was working. 4 of them total in the game. It will net them 7 runs ultimately, but 3 of them from Juan Soto. 1 from Giancarlo Stanton, and again, the only run of the game for the Indians. I keep saying Indians, I apologize. The Guardians, a solo shot from Josh Naylor all the way back to lead off the 2nd inning. And they were up 1-0 at the time. It has been all Yankees since then.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Thomas 0 for 3 in this performance. But let's be honest, not many people had a good game offensively for the Guardians. When you score 1 run, it's not like Cole was lights out. He pitched out of several jams. Just couldn't get any bats going with runners in scoring position.
2 strikes.
A couple of well-hit balls to the outfield that were just caught. Lane Thomas. And he'll dribble this one, and it does get through. The Yankees had a couple of those too, those seeing eye base hits right up the middle. Lane Thomas will get his first hit of the day with a dribbler back up the middle, and now Andres Gimenez comes to the plate. And ripped, but ripped right to Chisholm. That's 1, that's 2. And they're down to their last out. Will Brennan into the game to do the honors. Well, again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy on Sports is the channel only place on YouTube you're going to find these simulated sporting events. This was game 2 of our ALCS. It's now tied 1-1 as we head to Cleveland for game number 3. I will try to get that one to you later this week. We also have our Ohio State-Nebraska sim coming up. And then our Bengals are sim. We just finished the Bengals sim. Ravens sim coming up for the Browns with probably Jameis Winston at the helm. So that'll be fun. And down to their last strike even now. Will Brennan from Ian Hamilton. It was all Yankees and it was all home runs in this one. No surprise. And a swing of the ball. And that's a pretty fitting end to this day. Guardians go ice cold. 1 solo shot from Josh Naylor. Otherwise, this one was all Yankees. Garrett Cole going to get the win today. The Yankees 7, Guardians 1. Loss goes to Bybee, win goes to Cole. 3 home runs for that man right there, Juan Soto. He was very good in this one. All right, guys. We don't need to see them. We watched highlights of them the first time 3. So, a couple of guys went 1 for 3, 1 for 2, 1 for 4 for the Gardos, but at the end of the day, they only mustered 5 hits. And that is all we're going to get here in this one. So the series is tied 1-1. Took a gander at the Mets and Dodgers. They have yet to start their series. So there we go. The Dodgers are up 2-0 on the Mets on the other side. So that's where we're at. We'll have Matthew Boyd and Luis Seal coming up for you the next time we see you. It'll be game number 3. This one's tied 1-1. Appreciate everybody being on. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. You guys truly are the best. Today we will say go Yankees. And as always, go Browns.